Greetings. Today I want to speak to you on the subject of a God-fearing woman. And I'm asking you to make that make sense. When women refer to themselves as a God-fearing woman and they're looking for also a God-fearing man. And most of the time, they're referring to someone who goes to church or someone who have a belief of some God or master or entity outside of themselves. I want someone to make that make sense for me. How could you claim to be worshiping a God of love, but you have to be under the energy of fear when love is the opposite of fear and fear is the opposite of love? You see, and the very book they read say that love casteth out all doubt and all fear. Do you know that? Let me run that again, man. The very Bible that they read says that love casteth out all doubt and all fear. And yet you call yourself a God fearing. God and fear together, and then they turn around and say God is love, and love is God, and then they turn around also and say that God is good, and they say that is all the time, and then they come back around and say all the time that God is good. All of these things are not true, okay? Because the very book says, I am God and there's no other, and you can say I am and not referring to yourself, right? He said, I am the one who kill and I'm the one who make alive. I am the one, and you too. You're the one who can kill and you're the one who can make alive. You're the one who can wound and you're the one who can heal. Do you realize everything takes place in the mind? Do you realize everything is created twice first in the mind and then outwardly? So when you see a woman or hear a woman speaking about she being God-fearing, you know that's a brainwash, deceived, gullible woman. And if you want to play the game, okay, you could play the game with them. You could pretend to be a God-fearing man and they love marriage, which is a scam. And you offer them that too. Okay? It's just that, certain men will not go to the length to do that. Okay? You have to let the fool join himself to another fool. Okay? Because you who are more wise and have better understanding, you will not put yourself down in the gutter to do those things. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I remember a time, I saw a young man try to say hi to a young lady. She was entering in a church, okay? And these are African people. They come from Africa. They come here as medical students, yet they want to set up church. And then he was saying, oh, they're antisocial. And I said, no, they're not antisocial. All they have to do is go among them, okay? And you see what I'm talking about. And you could just pretend, okay? And I said, let me prove something to you. And I went down in front of the church door. And young lady don't reach out. I mean, by the time I reach by the church, so that all I'm looking back. Okay, I want him come out, and invited me in and so on and all of that. But I was just, doing that to prove what I'm saying. And to be honest with you, I'm not lying. The exact next day, I was walking in an area where there's a accounting firm, popular accounting firm named KPMG. And I met that one of those same young lady right in that area right there. And they gave me such a salutation. They give me such a big shout up and so on, you know what I mean? So I know exactly what I'm saying, my brother and my sisters. So as a man, okay, and you want to live the best version of your life on this planet, I would definitely encourage you to seek for someone who is more self-aware, someone who's self-conscious, someone who understands the law of consciousness, someone who understands the law of mentalism, someone who understands the law of polarity, someone who understands the law of redeem, someone who understands the law of gender, someone who understands the law of correspondence and so on. Okay, someone who is open-minded, someone who is a free thinker, someone who's not just a follower, someone who is not a sheep. You realize a sheep is the dumbest animal on this planet, and religious men and women refer to themselves as sheep. that needs a shepherd. And if you're a melanated person and you be honest with yourself, you always see the shepherd imprinted given to you as one who doesn't look like you. And all of these religious denomination or religious bodies, when you check where they came from, who started those religious organizations, it's always some Caucasian man or some Caucasian woman who have a more esoteric understanding of the Bible, and they know how they could use it to program you, to control you, and to live off your weakness, and to they keep you in financial ignorance through religion, and they keep you in economic slavery and mental slavery, and they keep in false identity. So my brother, my sisters, run. When you meet women talking about they're looking for, when you hear women saying that they are God fearing, run away from such a woman, okay? Because they're looking for love, but they're talking about fear, okay? You don't want to live your life in fear, or guilt, or shame, or judgment, or condemnation. Everything I just mentioned, it come under the energy of fear. And our religion, okay, they were created under the energy of fear. And it's to keep you in fear, fear of hell, fear of the devil. You're afraid of yourself. Many people cannot look in the mirror and see the devil. That's why they cannot look in the mirror and see God either. They could never see the higher self because they don't want to accept the lower self. You see, the law of cause and effect is what most of them do not know. You're the cause of everything in your life. Everything that I am saying right now, it comes from me. I am the cause. Everything that I ever do is me. I have no one to blame but self. And I have no one to change but self. Man, woman, know thyself. So I'm doing this video because I really want more melanated women to wake up. And those young ones who haven't committed themselves as yet to any religious organization that is keeping them stupid and dumb, they may find this message. And if it really resonates with you and it's very helpful to you, I will definitely encourage you to comment. You can like, you can share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, if you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. If you like to get my work, my books are down below. You can find them on Amazon. I can teach you how to turn water into wine to understand the way it should be understood in a more metaphysical and esoteric way. Okay, that makes sense to you. You want to learn spiritual recipe for better living, and also you want to know the whole secret, okay, behind the virgin birth. You can get my book called The Secret Vagina, Mystery of the Virgin Birth. Okay, you see, most people only experience the physical birth that bring them here, but most people have never had the spiritual birth. They have never been reborn. I know that I have been reborn. That's why I can tell you that to have this human experience over in this three-dimensional realm, you have to die over there in the spiritual realm. And for you to leave this physical realm, to go back to the spiritual realm, you have to die also, which basically a sleep is a sleep of amnesia, a sleep of forgetfulness. Okay, so don't make them fool you. Okay, you're an eternal being and you're having a human experience. You have no God to fear because there's no God outside of your consciousness or outside of your awareness. The fact that you have to imagine God, it means that man create God instead of God create man. You have to understand that. Okay? There is an infinite intelligence, and that infinite intelligence is the intelligence that's speaking to you right here, right now, which means you have that same intelligence. You see, energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transmuted. Okay? You're a mass of energy. You're God having a human experience. That's what I'm saying. But they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to believe that. So they want you to go around saying that you're God fearing no man. So you're afraid of yourself. You're running from yourself when you're here to find yourself. Because true salvation is definitely self-realization. If it makes sense to you, I want you to comment saying it makes sense. this makes sense. That's why this channel says, make it make sense. Okay? Because the way our people believe the Bible, it can't make no sense. But the way how I would interpret it to you, it would definitely make sense. So it's all reverse psychology. Okay? These Caucasian people been using the interpretation of the Bible to colonize your mentality, and they've been doing it successfully. Okay, so with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you have a subscriber already, I'm definitely encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. If you like to get my books, all the links are down in the description. Okay, they are all available on Amazon. You want to do a one-on-one with me, you want to be mentor, whatsoever is your desire. My last encouragement to you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below, and definitely let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all,